Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wave the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka The Name Butcher, aka all out of AKs. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. If you're a first-time viewer, we usually delve into a lot of painting talk, as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning no holds barred. We'll talk about anything and everything, anything that kind of just pops into our little brains and, you know, wants to be known, wants to be heard. Yeah, whatever, right? Of course, if you are a first-time viewer and you're attending live, you feel free to ask your questions in the chat. Myself or the monkeys will be happy to answer your question. Of course, if you're watching after the fact and you're watching this, you know, after it's been live, of course, you can always ask your questions to Kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. And of course, you can join us at waythebrush.com, where, you know, it's the central hub of all of this silliness. Basically, it's, you know, links to the Discord, the Instagram, Twitter. I already mentioned Discord. Discord has been a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with Discord. It's a great way to stay in contact with everybody. And of course, usually after Wave the Brush, we usually jump over to Discord and, you know, talk a little bit as well. Kind of, not like an after party thing, but, you know, it's kind of an after party thing, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, of course. So, answer your questions. And of course, you know, if you are new to this hobby, you know, feel free to ask your questions. There are no dumb questions. Yes, some of those questions might have been asked, you know, 100 times before. That's okay, because I'll answer them 100 more times. So, it's all right. Everybody starts somewhere in this hobby. And, you know, honestly, I wish I had something like, you know, the internet and live shows and stuff like that when I was starting on this hobby, because then, you know, I might be a happier soul. No, I'm plenty happy as it is. So, who's joining us today as far as monkeys are concerned? I can see Pantless Painter. Hey there, old Master Painter and Brush Monkeys. Master Painter sounds like something you do when you're alone. Master Painter? Master Painter? Yeah, a little bit. Anthony B, yeah! Also Shotgun Beers. Sir Peanut Butter, morning peeps. Old Man Logan, hi all. Do we got anybody on Twitch right now? No, nobody's talking on Twitch right now. Nobody's talking on Twitch. It's okay. So we have Old Man Logan, hi all. The Gim, aka the Eldar Suck. Thanks, Gim. Matthew Adami, episode 196. Adepticon is coming too fast. It is. It's this week. Adepticon. Wearing the shirt today, actually. Adepticon. Gonna be there. Having some fun. Of course, we're doing our first little Wave the Brush meetup at Adepticon, organized by Matthew Adami, actually. And we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to play a little bit of a game. And, you know, have some fun. Chit-chat. You know, it's an awesome opportunity for me to meet some of the monkeys face-to-face. Of course, a couple of them I've already met face-to-face, but, you know, a couple more be nice to see, you know, face-to-face. And shake hands and, you know, all that. All that goodness. Pantless Painter. Hope to be there Thursday or Friday. Cool. Jacob Benedict. Hello from State College, Pennsylvania. Well, welcome, Jacob. Ebb and Flow. Sup, everybody. Sup. Charles Sales. Morning, monkeys. Matthew Deming. Kris. Let's be honest. After the show, Discord is a cult thing. It's a cult thing. How is it a cult thing? I don't know. Because, I mean, like, we're not all drinking Kool-Aid in there. So, I'm drinking coffee. I drink coffee. and other fine beverages. Pantless Painter, guess I'm a cult member. I guess so. I mean, if it's a cult thing, I mean, how is it a cult thing? We usually end up talking about all sorts of crazy crap in Discord, because on the Discord, you know, if you haven't joined us on Discord afterwards, I mean, we get a little bit straighter, I guess, more colorful. The language is a lot looser anyway. Anthony B. At Kris, I'm painting some Blight Lord Terminators, and I was wondering if you had any tips for the lenses, faces on those. I always struggle with those. Well, doing the lenses, the Blight Lord Terminators. Now, are these like visual lenses, or are these like lamp lenses? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on what these guys look like at the moment. But as far as lenses are concerned, if they're like eye lenses, then typically you do them like how we do gemstones, right? And basically you have, so let's say for example you're doing them red. You can go base them Mephiston red, and then shade them with, say, Rhinox hide, or even black, up towards the uppermost points, and then highlight them down on the bottommost points with, say, like Wild Rider red and maybe Fire Dragon Bright, just a little dot of Fire Dragon Bright, and that'll give you the impression of color depth. So they're Blight Lord Terminators. Is he having a problem with the... What was he having a problem with? Hansel? The lenses and faces. Oh, like, yeah, they're just like the little eye lenses, yeah. So typically, yeah, I mean, an easy way to do it for the lenses is get your finest detail brush you've got. And I would go with, like, Rhinox hide as the base tone. And then underneath that, Mephiston red. And then a tiny little sliver down lower of Wild Rider red, and then a tiny dot of Fire Dragon Bright, and then get some white scar, or not white scar, yeah, white scar, and then a tiny little dot up on top of the lens, because most of the lenses run kind of this trapezoid type shape, and so imagine it kind of flat. So the whole thing is Rhinox hide, right, and then it's Mephiston red, then it's a little bit of Wild Rider red, and there's a tiny little dot of Fire Dragon Bright, and then a tiniest white dot up on the top. Yeah, some of the lenses though are really tiny. Like I see some of the guys, like I see like two of the guys, they don't even have lenses. One guy looks like he's got like the, you know, like the Boba Fett slit through the helmet there. Another guy looks like he's got big bug eyes. Another guy doesn't even have eyes. He's got a big old belly. So two of the Terminators, from what I can see, from looking at the Blight Lord Terminators, only two of the guys have lenses in their helmets. The other guys don't have lenses. One guy's got like those cheese grate kind of things going on. The other guy doesn't even have eyes, so you don't have to worry about that guy. And the other guy, he's got that empty space down the middle of his helmet. I don't know. What the heck was that guy's name in Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon? The guy that was always chasing them? He was the evil guy on horseback. He's the Black Knight. He had that helmet, and he had the wing on one side of his helmet. What was that guy's name? Does anybody remember that cartoon? Does anybody remember the cartoon Dungeons and Dragons, first of all? Does anybody remember? My God. So, Anthony, hopefully that helps. I do have a few videos in Mini Wargaming's vault on doing gemstones, so... am I reading that okay? Yeah. Bup. Okay. Let's make sure I had the right mic going. Sorry, didn't mean to disturb everybody there. So yeah, so hopefully Anthony B, that helps. Andrew McCall, morning sir, morning. Evan Flo, Kris, I told you it was Flavor Aid, not Kool-Aid. Oh, sorry, Flavor Aid. Flavor Aid. Ishab, Kris, and all. Sorry that I wasn't there in the show. Wasn't at a show today. Glad there is. Watching this, and the New York City St. Patty's Day Parade Happy to all. St. Pat's to all. Happy St. Pat's to all. Well, awesome. That's pretty cool. Sitting in the middle of in the parade in New York. That's cool. I think I'm going to be taking off to a trip in New York come wintertime, I think. Goes to Starman Deluxe. I forgot the clocks change sooner in America than in the UK. Yes. Tiro Silvast. Hello there. Got the monkey alert and rushed back home from a walk. John J. Hello all. Happy Irish Drinking Day. Irish Drinking Day. Stefan Henry. Happy St. Pat's. Patness Painter. Thanks. Doing Irish coffee today. You know what? I didn't do Irish coffee. And, you know, reportedly we have a bit of Irish in our family. So, you know. There you go. But I didn't do Irish coffee. I should have. It would have been more appropriate. Cocking 555, 50 meters to Forge Bane. Okay. Sofa Bear. Oh, the name jumped away. There it is. Hey, Monkey Lord. Hey. Eric Fountain, Avenger. Avenger. Whoa, what? Kurt Kershon, remember that cartoon, but can't remember the name. Oh, Avenger. That was his name, Avenger? Yeah. Okay, Eric. I think so. Or somebody saying it was Malekith. Malekith? Cocking 555 says it was Malekith. I can't remember what the heck his name is. Venger. I think yeah. Venger sounds kind of close. The Gim says D&D cartoon antagonist was Venger. 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 Okay. Kirker showed my brother shows up in the parade. Cool. John J. Hey, Kris. Coming down with a little something of a bit hoarse from all that partying last night. I'm sounding a bit hoarse? Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably fighting something, I think. It's usually my luck. Just before this convention. Everything like that. And then, I was out. I went to this really awesome place in Niagara Falls, New York, called Sammy's, and they do New York style pizza and such. And I ordered a calzone, and this calzone essentially was a small pizza flipped over, and yeah, I ate the whole thing. I'm ashamed to say, I ate the whole thing, and I might have given birth to some sort of cheese baby, but yeah, so. Yeah. Anyway. Venger. Yeah, that was his name. Venger. Because I remember he only had like a wig on one side of his helmet. It was kind of crazy. Aaron Siege. Hello, Kris and fellow monkeys. Hello. Clumsy Juggler. Hello, everyone. Fear School. Good morning. Matthew Adami. Kris, are you going to be at the booth on Wednesday night during badge pickup? No, because I mean, I'll get my badges and stuff like that, but I have to teach a class at 8:30, I think, Wednesday night. So yeah, because for everybody out there who signed up for the class for the Quick Tips live demonstration, who have yet to send me any questions in regards to what they want to see demonstrated, yeah. So that's it, Wednesday. Ishiab, just a note on changing the clocks. It's stupid. We must stop this. My sleep habits are taking hell from it. Just a side note. Now back to the show. John J. Haha, ate the whole thing. Attaboy. Yeah, I know, but oh man, and they have like these buckets of beer, and it's like you get like a bucket with ice and all these little beers, and yeah, and it's like only like $12 for like 8 beer. 9 beers, something like that. Yeah. Anyway. Matthew Daming, question for the monkeys. Is chorizo a breakfast food? I don't see why not. Patness Painter. Shadow Demon was the other one. Shadow Demon? I don't remember Shadow Demon. I remember watching the cartoon all the time. It was funny. Cocking 555. You are sounding hoarse because your Thursday game Dark Heresy. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, Dark Heresy. we've been having fun with that, and hopefully you guys have been any of you guys that have been tuning in for that have been enjoying it. Yeah, it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't get too far in the story. As hilarious as the adventure was, I wanted to I wanted to progress through the storyline, not dick around with NPCs and killing them and stuff like that, right? So, but I mean, some people tend to overthink things. It's a character, and I would just want to leave. Okay, we'll let him go. But no, he's somebody. He's going to tell somebody, kill him, and it's oh my god, oh yeah. Caught King 555. No, I already read that one. Matthew, I mean, well, before the class. Before the class, yeah. But well, I mean, we'll be there, setting up and getting ready and getting our hotels and all that. I don't know. I have no idea, man. It's Wednesday. All I know is that we're leaving here Wednesday morning. We're getting there Wednesday evening, and I have a class to teach that night. So, what's happening in between that time, I have no idea because I have to fit in a meal and other stuff, and so yeah, I have no idea. Just playing by ear. Anthony B. Really enjoying the Dark Heresy with you in it. Really funny. Thank you. Yeah, it's been pretty fun. I mean, my character's really kind of, pretty straight. He's not like maniacal or anything like that. He's not crazy. He's not a psyker. He's just a straight up old stormtrooper trying to make his way in the universe. And he's got to deal with all these putzes around him that, think that, the tiniest clue might be earth-shattering, or you know what I mean? Like, no, let's keep this story moving. Like, let's go. Like, oh my god, oh. Anyway, Gareth, good afternoon from the UK. Good afternoon, Sam Potts. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Doctor. John J. That sucks. I'm not making it to the class, but I would do a segment on the raw Massics. Then a segment on the intermediate, and then lastly, an advanced segment. Well, no, because the class is Quick Tips Demo Live. So the class shows up, and then we just say, okay, you, buddy, in the orange hat, what's your question? And he says, well, how do I paint black? Okay, bang, we're going to paint black. Boom, boom, dang. There you go. You in the striped shirt. And he says, how do I paint an eyeball? Okay, here's how you paint an eyeball. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? And I'll do that live. I don't know where the accent came from, but I'm going to do that live. And so, yeah. I think that's because they're trying to, make it all seem really whippy fast kind of thing. I think that's where the accent came from. But yeah, Ebb and Flow, episode 196. Kris birth a cheese nurgling. Ooh, yeah, couple of them escaped. Be on the lookout. Gross. Matthew, Damn, and Kris. Here's a question for your class: is a taco a sandwich? Well, what's the definition of a sandwich? And a taco. Ishab, hey Kris, any chance that your class could be broadcasted? No, not broadcasted. We're not going to be doing any live stuff this year. We have talked about it, but we actually might look into doing more live stuff next year. But as far as this class, I am going to be recording it, so Vault members will be able to, see the freewheeling styling of it all, because it's going to be about an hour and a half. So the video should be about an hour and a half, and we'll just chuck that right in the Vault, and or maybe we'll break it up. Maybe the first half will be free, and maybe the other half will be in the Vault, or the first little quick tip will be free, and the rest will be all in the Vault. Who knows? Actually, maybe that might work out better. Actually, just edit up one of the questions and then throw the rest in the Vault. Anyway, or the unedited version. Unless, of course, a fight breaks out or something like that, and something hilarious, and we just record people going ape shit or something. I don't know, but you never know. You never know what might happen. Kooky, what time is it in Canada right now? Well, in Canada, it's a pretty big country, so it's divided up into like 5 time zones. 5, 6. But where I am currently situated on Earth within Canada, it is 12:22 in the PM. Cocking 555. Kris, how do you find the viscosity of craft paint so that you can water it down to milk? How do I find the viscosity of craft paint? Well, I have not used a lot of craft paint for miniature painting. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, is like thinning it down for miniature painting. I've not thinned it down. Now, it's a good question, because craft paints are all not the same, right? And like back in the day, I can remember using like a paint called from Relpartha, which used to do a lot of D&D stuff, and their paint always reminded me of like tempera paint. It kind of had that kind of abrasive kind of quality to it. It felt chunky, and you know what I mean, like it didn't really feel very smooth. It was smooth, but I mean, it wasn't, you know, very smooth. Whereas like Games Workshop stuff, when it dried, it almost had a bit of a sheen to it. Whereas this stuff dried completely flat matte and almost looked like a primer layer almost. And it wasn't primer; it was just straight up colors. But anyway, but it reminds me sometimes of some of the craft paints, because some of the craft paints, you know, they can vary, right? And you know, I don't know. I mean, if you're going to thin it down and you're going to use it for like glazing and painting your miniatures and stuff like that, try using, well, and like if water is all you got, then fine, use water. I'd be cautious as to how far to push it. Again, I'm not sure, because again, craft paints, they're not all the same, right? I mean, they're all very different. There are some big brands, there are some smaller brands. But also another one would be to try is to pick up like a bottle of medium, like Liquitex medium, like any of their glazing mediums, or even Vallejo, pick up their glazing mediums, any of those, and mix that with the craft paint, and you know, see how that controls. I'd be very curious to see what the results are. But yeah, let me know, because I mean, I have not painted with craft paints. And I've been meaning to do some of these videos, because I've been meaning to do some with like oil paints, showing people how to paint with oil paints, showing them people how to do like with craft paints, showing people with primary sets, bunch of other various things where, like, you know, kind of just running through the gambit of, you know, situations that everybody kind of finds them in, because I mean, not everybody has the same amount of resources for this hobby, right? And you know, some people are, you know, using craft paints and, you know, less than perfect brushes, and you know, some people have high-end stuff, and you know, so yeah, it'd be kind of cool, kind of do kind of comparison and stuff like that on paint jobs. Something I might have to do there. Anyway, HB13. I'm wearing an orange hat, and he's asking me what my question is. The Gim sandwich, noun, an item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other filling between them, eaten as a light meal. Taco, submit noun, a Mexican dish consisting of fried tortilla, typically filled with various mixtures such as seasoned meat, beans, lettuce, and tomatoes. So, the Gim, hee hee hee. Old Man Logan. So no, sandwich must be bread. Must have bread. So all sandwiches are bread based? Is that what we're agreeing upon? Is that the rule of law, what we're agreeing upon? Is that all sandwiches are bread based? Sure. Matthew Dammy. Damn, Kris has learned how to diffuse my silliness. Raziel! Yo, Kris and Monkeys. Shorten my name, but still the same Raziel. Yeah, because it was Raziel Wargamer, I think. Warmaster? Warhammer? War? Raziel War something, I think. Raziel Wargamer, I think it was, wasn't it? Anyway, welcome. Vasily Shimko. Hey, this is Monkey Pimp Lord and his followers. No, see, like, yeah, that does. You know what? When you guys start talking like that, yeah, it does sound rather cultish, doesn't it? Won't be able to watch the show. Just wanted to say hi. Hi, Vasily. Hi. Sam Potts, same here. Kris, same time zone, different area. Pennsylvania here. Cool. Yeah. Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh. Son went to Pittsburgh, caught the Pittsburgh Steelers and Patriot game back in December. He had fun there. We've been meaning to hit Pittsburgh again. I want to see Pittsburgh because I like to see all the Steelers. I'm a Steeler fan as well. And I like to see all that stuff. And, you know, of course, then we got to head over to Ohio because then we got to go to Dayton and, you know, Hall of Fame and all that. So, and then, of course, the wife's a Cincinnati fan, so she got to go to Cincinnati. Anyway. Raziel, yeah, I want to and want you to craft paint or other cheap options for terrain and stuff. Well, terrain and stuff like that is not so bad because you really want to actually use more craft paints for terrain because you're spreading that paint over a larger area and, you know, you want to be cost effective about it. You're not going to use a little Citadel pot to paint a giant hill, right? I mean, it's just, that's craziness. And so, yeah, you're going to use, you know, the dollar store paint and you use that stuff instead. John J, I prefer syrup. Okay. Anthony B, episode 196, The Anatomy of a Taco. Jacob Benedict, Judge Bread, I am the law. I am the law. You gotta say it like you have like a bit of a touch of Downs and a stroke. I am the law. There we go. There it is. We're channeling Stallone now. Have to do a quick tip in the Stallone voice. And then we take the brush and then we add a little bit of red. Actually sounds a bit of like an orc or something. I don't know. And then I can't do it now. I'm making myself laugh. Pantless Painter, first rule is that you don't talk about the cult. Yes, you don't talk. First rule of the cult is you don't talk about the cult. Project Mayhem, you don't talk about Project Mayhem. Cock King 555, Weight of the Brush, episode 196. Nurgle's Never Ending Song. Nurgle's Never Ending Song. What's Nurgle's Never Ending Song? I don't know what that is. What is that? What does that mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Rezio, we were brothers, Rico. Oh, man. Silly. Silly, silly people. Silly. Alright. I think we're getting close to email time, aren't we? Time we at here. Holy man, it's already 12:30. 12:30. I'm clicking things here. There was something I was looking for here. Can't think of it now. Oh well. McWhiskey. Tacos with a touch of Downs. See, when you guys repeat that stuff back to me, it sounds really bad. Aaron Seach, episode 196, painting with Sly. Yeah, I think to get a really proper channeling of Stallone, I think I'd have to watch a couple of movies like right away and then, you know, pick up his vernacular and then try and do like a quick tip like that. John J. LOL, hey, sweet wife just brought in a bunch of fashion jewelry. She's donating to me hobby. Cool. First thing I always look at is the little chains. The little chains? Oh yeah, I go bananas. Whenever the old lady's like, you know, getting rid of this. It doesn't happen often, but, you know, they say, oh, chain. Yeah, chain. Oh, look at that. You know, that's the first thing I look at. Chains. Little chains, man. I like little chains because you never know when they're going to come in handy for a conversion or something, you know. Matthew having a friend named Ruan. The Bad Edge. Afternoon all. Email time. I think we are getting email time. Raziel. Also, can we get some Demolition Man quotes? I'm trying to think of some. Like some of the... I can't think of any. It's been a while since I watched it too. Aaron Seach, we're still waiting for the Bob Ross, the Swedish Chef quick tips. Yeah. I know. Let's do an email. Because we can, because we shall, and because we need to. Headphones. Where's your headphones? Put your headphones on. No, take them off. Turn them down. Whatever it is. Here it comes. email time. Email time. And of course, we always have to thank Guy Meir Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. For making those wonderful jingles that make us smile and laugh and appreciate life. And make the show that much more colorful. I always enjoy them. They always make me smile. Anywho, this is an email from Old Man Logan. Hi, Kris. Here is a new Shadespire warband that I just finished up this week, The Chosen Axes. I've been wanting to paint some of the very cool dwarves for some time, and this was a great set to do it with. Please have a look and let me know what you think. As always, thank you for Way of the Brush and all the other great things that you do. Regards, Old Man Logan. And so Old Man Logan, I've been talking with Old Man Logan quite a bit, over Discord and such, and so like whenever he has a problem, I always try and help him out, and whatever I can, of course, and it's really impressive to see even like how fast Old Man Logan has really been coming about with his painting, as we are going to take a look here. Little fire slayers, these naked little duders. How can you not love these little guys? These guys are just awesome. And so I take it this was a commission, Old Man Logan. Is Old Man Logan here today? I don't know who Old Man Logan here today. But anyway, I believe these were for a commission, I think he said. Very good. I like the transitions in the beard. Flesh looks good. Didn't overcomplicate things with too many highlights, anything like that. I assume there's like a little lava running on the bases. Group shot. Like, what would be the benefit of having an axe with that kind of cut inside of it? Like, wouldn't I just end up like knocking those end teeth off or something like that? Like, how efficient would that be? I can't see it being terribly efficient. But as far as the paint jobs are concerned, they're very nice and neat. I like them. Nice bold colors. Little naked dwarves. What's not to love? Nice highlighting on the golds. Are his eyes painted? I can't tell. Doesn't look like it. Is that the next step, Old Man Logan? Is eyeballs? No, it's not commission. Okay, no, it's not commission. No, okay. Sorry. It's not commission. He just painted them up just because. But is that the next phase, Old Man Logan? Is that eyeballs are next? Wouldn't that hurt having those little brands right in your skin like that? I think that would hurt. But really good. Nice and clean. Always look like they've been prepared well. Not over primed. See all the little details and everything. Color looks like it where it should be. Oh, this is your Shadespire warband. Sadly, it's 0-2. Okay, so he's bragging that he's not winning with this thing anyway. Nice transitions on the helmet. I like that. The highlighting there. Overall, I mean, like, I like the hair. How you've done the hair. It's pretty much how I would tackle it myself. Leaving a little bit darker red towards the roots, brighter orange towards the outer ends. Same with the beards. Get a little bit brighter out towards the outer edges, darker up towards where, it meets the flesh kind of thing. Yeah, I really like it. Again, though, Old Man, are you painting the eyes, though? Is that what's going on? No, eyes are not painted. Wanted to ask you if you think I need to paint them. I think you do. I think you need to paint them. Because otherwise they just kind of have this kind of blank look on the face. Like even just like little dark spots like that isn't bad, you know. But like on the leader, it's very noticeable. Yeah, even like this guy here. See, no eyes. Or maybe his eye. Or maybe what it is that their eyes are closed, and this is the eyelids we're seeing. Is that what it is? Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I would paint the eyes, especially on guys like you can see their full face like that. Yeah, I like the skin though. I like you didn't really push the flesh tones too far, and kept these nice subtle shadows on the flesh. Wee wee. Like, what's not to love about little dwarves? These giant ass helmets and masks and such. But anywho, thank you, Old Man Logan. Awesome stuff. I really like that. And yes, nice clean work. Your highlighting is like, you know, I like the way you're highlighting. It's kind of how I would probably tackle those same situations. The flesh, I like the flesh tones. You know, you didn't push the highlights too high. You could have went higher, or even if you were feeling really ambitious, you know, painting like the striations in the muscles. You know what I mean? Like painting like, you know, like you could see like all the tendons as they're flexing and stuff like that. I think something like that would be more for display type work, or you know, high tabletop or something like that. But if these are just gaming pieces, then this is a high tabletop for that kind of tabletop, you know. Yeah, but awesome work. Thank you, Old Man Logan. Oh yeah, and the eyeballs. Yeah, I definitely would, you know, practice doing eyeballs if you could. I would recommend it. King 555 Wave the Brush, episode 196. So nice, so clean, you can eat off the model. Eat off the model. You can eat off the model. Old Man Logan, the eyes shall be painted then. Yeah, I would. Why not? I mean, like, have you not tackled eyes before? Is that what it is? Like, you never really kind of tackled that before? Because, I mean, you know, for every problem, right, there's always, you know, beginning, right? And beginning to the solution, and you know, doing something. For every journey there is a beginning. Is that how it goes? Old Man Logan, do dwarves wear underwear? I wouldn't think so. I was not sure, so 2 have and 2 have not. No, I don't think they do. Those little dwarves, no, they're like, screw it, we want to die. We're just gonna wear our helmets and have our big axes and yeah. Raziel, how do you use the 3 shells? Yeah. I can't channel Stallone right now. I can't do it. I got no. I can't do it. What about the 3 shells? No, I can't do it. It sounds like I'm doing some sort of ogre voice. Matthew Devin, Kris, the story you half read was, I have a friend named Ryan Downs and told him to name his first kid Syndrome. Old Man Logan, I have done eyes, some successful, some not so much. Okay. Yeah, it is one of those finer things. Especially how you go about painting eyes, because like I said, I've done quite a few videos on painting eyes, you know, because there's some ways, which is an old school method, which is you start off black, white, and then, you know, put the dot in the center. Some other people like to do the white first, give it an outline of the black, and then come in with the flesh and push the eyelids so that the eyes have a bit more of a realistic kind of look. Yeah. You hit it with a white, get it like a null oil, trace it around the lens or around the eyeball, and then color in the eye. It really all depends on how much room you've got to play. Those little dwarves, they look like they had a bit of room for eyeballs. Aaron C. Check Kris, being that you like Hero Quest, have you ever tried Descent or Dungeon Saga? If so, what do you think? I have not tried those. I have not tried Descent. I have not tried Dungeon Saga. Those don't even sound familiar to me. So I don't know. Are they really old? Because I mean, like last time I was playing Hero Quest was, man, it was a long time ago. I can't even tell you when the last time I played it. It was so long ago. VJ Morph. Hey Kris, nice to make a live show again. Question: Can I talk much about the new space you'll be getting at the new bunker? You mean like as far as what my office is, or you mean like how overall mini wargaming's presence in a building? Because like right now, we are in the old City Hall of Welland in the Niagara area in Canada. And we occupy, this building is 1, 2, 3 floors. We occupy almost half of one floor. And that's about it. And then Lee's office is downstairs, and he's occupying an office down there. But otherwise, yeah, we occupy about half of one floor. Which is quite a bit of room for a building that, like it's an old stone building. It used to be the City Hall, so it's a fairly large building. And, that's currently where we are. And where we're moving to, which is like, it's a couple blocks down away from where we currently are. But we're getting a whole whack ton more space. Now, how many square foot it is, I couldn't say. I think the number was thrown at me, but I don't remember what it was. But anyway. But basically, the new place it's essentially like 2 floors, but it's all split level. So, like, you have, like, the ground floor, and then it goes down, then you have our office space, and then we have the bunker space. And, yeah, so now I have not seen the bunker space, but I've seen everything else, like where our office is going to be. And, like, there's going to be so much room for gaming. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how much room there is for, and we're all going to be all in just this one building. And it's going to be great when we get to move in. And, it's going to be especially fun, especially when we can have, say, guests stay with us, and they can play, and they can, if they treat it like a mini vacation and just, play all the day long, and, yeah, it's going to be fun. But otherwise, yeah, I know, like, Dave and, Drewski and, Vito, they've been posting, updates as far as, like, they've been building the tables and such, and, but there's still a lot of work to do. That's really more of the end stuff, really. I mean, like, the walls got to get knocked down, and, walls have to go up, and air conditioning's got to get put in. I don't even know if the elevator thing was settled, so who knows? Who knows? But it'll be cool when we get in there, I hope. I'm hoping. Where am I? Razia, hey Kris, about the eyes, if you were to do an eye that looked more realistic from a distance without a pupil, what would you do? What? If you want to do an eye that looks more realistic from a distance without a pupil, what would you do? Well, typically, like, for, like, regular kind of models, like, to have that, impression of the eye, I usually go about a kind of a mixture of the old way and the relatively newer kind of way people do it, where basically I start off with a black outline for the eye. I do it white. I take the flesh. I create the eyelid underneath. And then what I'll do is I'll take the point on my brush and basically I'll touch it right to where I want and then push up. And basically what I'm doing is I'm creating like a little triangle. And that gives the impression of that lower curvature of the eye, because you don't ever want to do the eye, you know, so that it looks like it's staring, right? You don't do the eye like a dot right in the center. You actually do create more of a half circle in the eye, because a relaxed eye is like an eyeball like that is not a relaxed eye, whereas your eyelid kind of covers over the eye, and you get, you know, you get where I'm going with this, right? So, pupil, Kris, please say pupil, pupil. Anyway, and you know, so that's basically it. Really, in a nutshell. I mean, like, I've shown these in videos before, in the Mini Wargaming Vault, and yeah, it's really it is an exercise in keeping a very steady hand, making sure that you have a nice sharp tip on your brush. Now, the old way I used to do eyeballs back in the day, before I was, you know, even considering myself as any kind of painter by any kind of margin, what I used to do for eyeballs, I used to take my thumbtack and dip it in the paint, just the very tip of the thumbtack, and dot the eyeballs with it. And that's what I used to do. And that's how I made sure I maintained a sharp point on the ends, is because I was using a thumbtack, and I just doot. And it worked until I got really good with a paintbrush, and I got used to maintaining a nice fine point, and then just, you know, just touching the paint into the thing. And of course, the other trick too, doing eyeballs, is not having your paint too thick or too thin. Although you want to have it closer to thicker than you do thinner, because thinner, as soon as you touch the brush to the surface, it could all just bleed out and just fill the area, right? Whereas if you keep the paint a little bit thicker, bang, you touch it and boom, it's done. And, you know, no fuss, no muss. No muss. VJ Morph, I'm looking at a trip over there, 2019-2020, to play with you guys. Cool. Yeah, that'd be very cool. I'm sure we'll have the bunker up and running by that point, and you just pretty much just, you know, stay with us the whole time. VJ Morph was just talking about your office painting, like what you're looking forward to having set up. How do you plan to lay it out? What are you excited about? What am I excited about? Just getting into the new space. You know, I mean, like, I have everything I need right now as it is. I have some ideas on how I'd like to switch things up and kind of change the way my filming process works, but, you know, that's still more conceptual and just kind of, you know, working it out from that point. The office, I mean, you know, who knows what the office is going to look like. I think Eldar theme would be best for my office, just to keep it all, you know, the whole wargamerness. Although I would find it more fun to be more kind of Star Trek, or maybe even Star Wars, you know. I don't know. I flip-flop between them all. Matthew Demi, is the Dance Academy still above Mini Wargaming? And who are your neighbors in the building? Our neighbors in the building is still VX Fusion. VX Fusion, they're an IT solution company, and of course they also have an offshoot called Sprout, which is a app for photographers or something like that, some sort of software they're working on. And then of course, I think there was like an artist upstairs or something like that, but there's no dance studio. The dance studio left a long time ago. And then there was another guy who was a personal trainer who moved in downstairs, and then he left right away. Yeah, I don't know. That's it pretty much for roommates, building mates. I don't know, what is it called when businesses share a building? Are they roommates? Are they building mates? I don't know. Anyway, Kurt Krishon, get a local game store about to open, and I'm helping with the setup and trying to become the house painter. So I have to go see the space where I get to show off my minis. Cool. Awesome. Ram V. Hi, monkeys. Hi, Kris. Hi, Ram V. Full Metal Haggis. Hi, Kris and monkeys. Made it to the live show for once. How's everyone today? Everyone, I assume, is pretty good. I don't know. Maybe. Ramvi, when did this start? Earlier than normal? Maybe? We have daylight savings. So, I don't know where you are, Ramvi, but in Canada, yeah, last week? Yeah, last week the clocks went forward 1 hour. So, from your perspective, I may have started an hour early. But, that's why in the emails it's always 12 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. Because that's when I'm going live. And so whatever your time difference is, you know, yeah. I know, it's kind of annoying. VJ Morph, LOL, should do a Trek Wars mashup. That would really rile up the purists. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Like, you know, like, the first thing I can think of is like Han Solo in Carbonite, and then all the panels look like Star Trek, like Next Generation. You know, like they all have the techno doodad and, you know, the L-Cars layout and everything like that. Wow, could you imagine that? Yeah, you'd get some people like, no, that's not the proper thing. You can't do that. The first guy I think that would flip out is like the Gim. The Gim would probably, in fact, the Gim's probably exploding right now. He's like, no, you can't do that. You can't do it. You can't have Boba Fett in a Starfleet uniform. Could you imagine like the helmet, the Starfleet, or the Mandalorian helmet with the Starfleet uniform? That would be hilarious. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. Has anybody ever gone to like, because I mean, like, I'd imagine like Comic-Con is where you're going to find something like that. Has anybody done any Star Wars, Star Trek mashups? Are there any out there? There's got to be. Somebody's got to have done Star Wars, Star Trek mashups. You know, like gone for like, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like the iconic like Andorian with, you know, Han Solo type dress, or even like Greedo dressed like the Greedo people, you know, but he's Andorian, you know, because they both have the little antennae and stuff. Yeah. That would be funny. That would be funny. The USS Millennium Falcon. Oh man, yeah, you totally just cheese off everybody, right? Ramvi, oh right, it usually starts at 6 p.m. here in Norway. 6 p.m. Whew, man, it's dinner time. Matthew Demi, Adeptic Curse has started. Winter has returned. Well, we're not out of winter yet. The Kim. Boba Fett is Star Wars, not Star Trek. WTF? I need an Advil. Yeah, and everybody's like, all the stormtroopers are carrying like phaser rifles, and if oh man. Dark Commission. Hey Kris and the Cuddly Monkeys. Missed an hour. Last week the clocks moved forward, so yeah. So if you're not in, if you're not in North America, and we do the whole daylight savings thing, yeah. So that's what it is. It's daylight savings. I think we need like a world clock, so that everybody knows what time the show starts. You know, where are you in the world? I'm over here, and this is what time it'll start. Oh, okay. You know. We need a world clock. I think that's what I got to put on the website on waytobrush.com is a world clock. What time does the show start? You know, look at the world clock. Matthew Demi, snow has returned. Well, snow will return. Hopefully it's not heavy, lots of it. You know, because we got a drive coming up this Wednesday. So oof. Whole caravan of us, a whole caravan of mini wargamers coming down to Chicago. That's what a gong show that's going to be. VJ Morph. Darth Luke Picard. Darth Luke Picard. Ramby, the 501 or 501s. 501st member hate Star Trek and vice versa in character, though. Well, sure. George hints Klingon and Stormtrooper armor. Yeah, just pulls the helmets off and big Klingon. What the? Lord Krabby, sup, Lord Krabby. Been a while. Matthew Damming, spring officially starts on the 20th, and it's going to snow the 22nd, 23rd. Yeah, well, you know, climate change, buddy. Climate change. You know, these things used to be able to be depended upon, but because of climate change, it no longer applies. The Farmer's Almanac is useless now. I mean, it's, you know, it's all going to hell in a handbasket, man. It's climate change. Anyway. Old Man Logan, do Spock as an Imperial officer. Yes, Spock as an Imperial officer. Stormtrooper in Klingon armor, yeah. Matthew Demi, episode 196, cheesing the Gim. Cheesing the Gim. Yeah, Gim's probably just flipping out right now. No, you guys are doing it wrong. Full Metal Haggis. Disney could buy the Trek rights and just wet blend the shit out of Trek Wars. Yeah, exactly. What happens? Oh man, what happens if, you know, Disney buys Paramount, right? What happens then? Because Paramount has like a lot of IP under it, you know. Star Trek being one, right? Yeah. Reziel at Kris, you mash up a Klingon with a Wookiee and have he/she captain the ISD Kahless. Yeah. Aaron sees Greedo as a Borg. Ramvi, email? Yeah, I think we're gonna get to another email. What time we at here? Holy man, it's already 1. Did I blank out suddenly here? VJ Morph, Data and C-3PO debating etiquette. No, you have Data completely gold, right? You have him completely gold as like a C-3PO, and he's Data, or you have C-3PO in the Starfleet uniform. That's it. You have C-3PO in the Starfleet uniform. Oh man, that would be funny. That'd be funny. I wonder, has anybody like looked out there? Are there any Star Wars, Star Trek mashups? Like, has anybody mashed the two? Come on, somebody's gotta. Somebody has to have done this. We can't be the only people that have just thought of it just today. That can't be possible. Are any of you guys familiar with the 100th monkey theory? It's not really a theory. It's just, you know, I don't know. It's just one of those crazy ideas scientists have sometimes. But anyway, the 100th monkey. Have you ever heard of the 100th monkey? If not, look it up. Ram V. Monkey question. If Disney bought Star Trek, who would be Mickey, Donald, etc.? I don't know. Razio, and then Wesley is R2 giving Data 3PO hell. Matthew Damming, episode 196, unholy mashups. Unholy? There's nothing unholy about it. I love sci-fi, and I mean, like, a Star Wars, Star Trek mashup would be hilarious. I think it'd be hilarious. Because the thing is, I've seen on YouTube before where they had, like, you know, like, which ships would be better in, you know, in battle, right? Would the Enterprise be able to take on an Imperial Star Destroyer, right? I've seen those little videos where they post to do, right? You know, even like the ships from like Babylon 5, and a fun one would be 40K actually, because I think 40K would actually probably beat everybody, I think. But yeah. Razio, I want Kirk Solo. Kirk Solo. Oh man. Oh, VJ Morphy got a bail? Alright, later dude. Tavo, damn it. Did I miss half the show because the side of the pond moved forward an hour? Yes, you did. Daylight savings, man. Daylight savings. Old man Logan. Luke goes to Vulcan and explains why the Force trumps logic. Well, yeah. I mean, it's the Force, man. You know. Oh man, that's too funny. You know what? It was another mashup I saw. It wasn't like a cosplay. It was artwork, and I'm sure some of you guys out there have probably seen it before. It was Space Marines. Space Marines as Imperial Stormtroopers. So they had the helmets that kind of looked like Imperial Stormtroopers, and the armor looked like Space Marines and Stormtrooper. And then, of course, one looked like Darth Vader, as you know, and he's walking around with his glowing sword. And you know, I thought that one was really cool as a mashup. You know, Stormtroopers and Space Marines kind of mashed up. I thought that was cool. Raziel, oh yeah, Star Wars would probably lose versus B5, Trek, and 40K. I don't know who would win, right? Who would win in Star Wars, like Star Wars Starships versus Babylon 5 versus Star Trek versus 40K, you know, Battlefleet Gothic. And I think Battlefleet Gothic wins just because the sheer scale of ships are just larger, right? Like an escort for a cruiser in Battlefleet Gothic is the same size as what an Imperial Star Destroyer is. And that's just an escort. That's just the piddly-ass little guys that are just going to die off, right? Whereas, like, a cruiser would be like the Super Star Destroyer, and, like, the Emperor-class battleship would just be ginormous, right? So, you know, yeah. You know, Babylon 5, you know, like, because, like, Star Wars and Babylon 5 are kind of similar in the fact that they both have little fighter crafts that would attack each other, whereas, like, Star Trek, there's no really fighter crafts. It's all just big capital ships fighting each other, right? So, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Matthew Damon. Kris, did you get the guest guidebook? The guidebook? No, I didn't get the guidebook. Send me a link. I'll get the guidebook. King 555. Way of the Brush episode 196. Why did I order 10 boxes of Forge Bane? Old man Logan, did you really? Why did you order? I didn't order. Why did you order 10 boxes of Forge Bane? Zanetto's Volkova. Hey Kris, just streaming while spending my first weekend sitting down with an airbrush. I'm struggling a bit with distance and PSI. How close are you typically to your mini, and what PSI do you use? Okay, so really fast, when working with your airbrush and distance to model, high PSI, so say anywhere from like say 25 to 30 PSI, you're working about that far away from the miniature, right? So you're laying out base coats, you're laying out primer, you know what I mean? You're doing really kind of rough kind of stuff, right? When you start getting really in close, you want to turn your PSI down to like 10 PSI, but you also want to make sure that your paint is also a bit thinner as well. You want to make sure, so the closer you come in, the thinner you want your color. Now, also, when you're thinning your colors, I mean, it works in two different ways as well, because you can work farther away with a really thinned out color, and that's just going to give you a really subtle gradient, right? Versus coming in really close and working and lowering the PSI and then being able to fine tune the areas and stuff like that. But yeah, so low PSI when you're in close, higher PSI when you're working farther, right? And also bear in mind at what thickness your paint is at. Thinner when you're closer, thicker when you're further away. In a nutshell, that's kind of a rough kind of guide. There are still more nuances to that, but you know, hopefully that kind of gets you into the right mindset there. Zenetos. So hopefully that helps. Yeah. Matthew Deming also got nukes. Yeah. And 40K, yeah, well, yeah, they got nukes, yeah. Raziel, Vorlon, Shadows, White Stars, too nasty. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, who would win? Who would win in all these fantasy mashups? Because, I mean, like in Star Trek, though, Star Trek, they have shields. I mean, Star Wars, they kind of have shields. They have deflector shields, but I mean, like, you don't really see the shields, though. You know what I mean? Like, whereas in Star Trek, you see the impact onto the shield and the ship. Oh, no, you know? Babylon 5, there's no shields. And 40K, there are shields. But they're prone to failure. So, yeah. Tavo, wouldn't the 30K, 40K Imperium have quite a lot more ships than those other universes, Imperiums? Yes. Yeah, exactly. Right? Because in Star Wars, right, the Galactic Empire is taken over like most of the galaxy. Whereas in 40K, humanity's pretty much taken over the entire galaxy and has a massive fleet to safeguard most of its systems. So that'd be quite impressive, considering that, you know, the capital ships, you know, are like housing like 100,000 people inside them, right? Because I mean, these ships are just ginormous, right? So, yeah. Where am I here? Ebb and flow. Wouldn't a single orc rock wall all over all these mythologies? Why are we even talking about this? Yeah. Full Metal Hug is search Trek Wars on YouTube. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Trek Wars, where they have like the whole thing mixed up. Yeah. Razio, here's an interesting thought. Isn't it possible the jump gates in B5 connect to either the webway or maybe the warp? Now, see, in Babylon 5, that's kind of how I picture the warp. When they go into hyperspace, when they go into the gates, and you see everything's like all red and it's all, you know. And of course, the ships, they have to stay on beacon, right, to the next jump gate. Otherwise, they get lost, they'll fall off, and, you know, they'll be lost in hyperspace. And that's what I've always imagined the warp being like. That's how the warp works. It's kind of like that, because when they jump into the warp, they can see the beacon from Earth, right? And so that's how they can plot where they're going within hyperspace, right? Because they can see that singular light point. So, you know, I imagine it the same kind of way. That's how they all get around, is by, you know, warp jumping and stuff like that. Whereas, you know, Star Trek, they just engage their warp drives, or even Star Wars, where they engage their light speed drives. But in Star Wars, they only go to the speed of light. So bang, they're going to light speed, and they're off, right? Ooh, you know, and of course, the Millennium Falcon is the fastest ship in the galaxy, because in episode 4, right, Han Solo says he makes 0.5 past light speed, which would make it the fastest ship in the galaxy, because everybody else goes light speed, but Millennium Falcon apparently can go 0.5 past light speed. So, you know, there is that. Of course, you know, but in Star Trek, they go warp speed, so they travel and they travel faster than light. So, for example, you know, Star Trek, they can pretty much outrun and outpace the Galactic Empire, because they can travel faster than them in any spot in space. All right, so yeah. Wow, I can really just nerd out for a while on these kind of ideas, eh? Aaron Seach is, what is more powerful, a Jedi or a Psyker? Oh, there we go. What is more powerful? Don't know. Because Psykers, for the most part, they just kind of talk and communicate, right? But then they can develop other psychic powers, versus a Jedi, where, you know, they're using the Force to manipulate stuff. And, you know, is it the same? Is it different? You know, like, being connected to the Force, is it the same as being psychic and being telekinetic? And, you know what I mean? Is it the same? Couldn't tell you. Raziel, the Falcon is the fastest because of its nav computer. Speed in Star Wars is about the most efficient course calculations, right? But in the first, well, in the original Star Wars, Han Solo tells Obi-Wan she's the fastest because he can make 0.5 past light speed, which would make it the fastest, because you can only go light speed. Light speed is like this, is the speed limit. Bum. Old man Logan. Kris, I find your lack of faith disturbing. My faith in what? Come on now. Known me for a while, I think. I don't have any faith. God King 555. Star Wars is the warp of 40K without the demons? Don't know. Is it? Couldn't say. Xantos Volkova. Would 40K make a good anime? Or is there one? I think 40K would make a good anime. I think 40K, like even if they took like the Horse Heresy novels and converted them to animes, I think would be awesome. Seeing like a visual, because there was that one YouTube guy who did Hell's Reach, and he made very simple animations to the story, and I found that way more compelling, you know, than watching Space Marine, the animated movie, you know, the computer animated one that came a few years ago. My God, what a travesty that was. And they had Terrence Stamp for that, you know, like what a waste. What a waste of Terrence Stamp. And so, you know, was it Terrence Stamp? I thought maybe it was John Hurt, or both. I thought Terrence Stamp was in it. I might be wrong. Anyway, it's been so long. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. It's on YouTube. The guy did an awesome job of Hell's Reach, and yeah, and he just has this real animation going on while, you know, the audio is basically playing, and yeah, it's really cool. It's fun. I enjoyed it. Aaron Seach, I just want to see a Night Titan kick over an AT-AT Walker. The Gim. Supposedly even the Death Star is faster than all the Star Trek universe ships. Well, sure. It would have to be, right? To move an entire mass, even to light speed. Can you imagine the energy required to move something the size of the Death Star to light speed? It requires a huge amount of energy. Reziel, he says the ship is made, the Kessel Run 12 parsecs, which is a measurement of distance rather than speed. Right. But what I'm saying though is he tells Obi-Wan that he can make it in 0.5 past light speed. Like that's a stat that he's proud of. He's made a lot of special modifications. He can make 0.5 past light speed, which would be pretty fast, I would assume. If you can go past, because everybody goes light speed, right? Everybody goes light speed. But if the Millennium Falcon can go 0.5 past light speed, that would make it the fastest ship in the universe, because he can go 0.5 past light speed. Oh, the faith in the emails. Raziel, Terrence Stamp is amazing, yes. Dark Commission episode 196. What a waste of Terrence Stamp. That's it. What a waste of Terrence Stamp. Oh, you're on YouTube? You're on YouTube. Where was that? Oh man, where are we? There it is. What a waste of Terrence Stamp. And I feel bad. I feel bad for Terrence Stamp, because he got wasted like that. Not wasted like drunk, but, you know, wasted. Now, what would be hilarious is if he sees this and sends me an email going, you know, WTF, mate? Like, what do you mean, what was a waste? What was a waste of Terrence Stamp? Anyway, that's it. You win. You win, crap. Who said that? Dark Commission. Stephen Henry, does anyone paint Gundams? I've been shopping around for Gundam. I'm still torn. I think what I'm doing is I'm going to go for one of the regular ones. It's, oh man, I can't remember what the hell it's called now. But it's kind of, he's white. He's like primary colors. He's primarily white, and he's got like a shield and a machine gun. I think he's like a default kind of guy. Anyway, if there's such a thing. Anyway, would one suggest priming the model or just applying the paint to the model? I generally prime everything. Now, see, I've seen a lot of people who do the Gundam painting. They paint right onto the plastic, and they use those paint markers to paint right on top of the plastic. So a lot of the Gundam folk out there who are painting their Gundams, it looks like they're just using like the markers and such, and maybe some weathering techniques. But otherwise, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with priming it. I mean, if you want to prime it and lay the base coats down and, you know, go about it in the normal fashion of things, there's nothing wrong with that. Just as long as you don't over prime, you know, you don't lay the paint on too heavily, and, you know what I mean? All the usual things. DeGrunt Orc, Kris, that Hell's Reach stuff is still going on. He has been making new episodes of it. Yeah, I know. I've seen. I think he's up I think I was up to chapter 10 or something. Anyway, but I think it's great. I love the style of the way he's done it and everything like that. Yeah, I dig it all. It's awesome. Reziel, gotta go for a bit. Okay. Stephen Henry. Also, the Ultramarine movie had John Hurt. Yeah, John Hurt. I knew John Hurt was there because John Hurt I thought was like the chaplain or something, right? Something like that. Eric Fountain. Nope, Spaceball 1 is the fastest since it can go plaid. It can go plaid. Ronnie Sugden. Hey, y'all. Holy man, there's a name I haven't read in a bit. Managed to be around. The comment moved now. Can't even see where it went. Managed to be around for a live episode. Hooray. Hooray. Ramvi, what is Terrence Stamp? What is Terrence... No, who is Terrence Stamp? Terrence Stamp is an actor. You don't know who Terrence Stamp is? You must be a young fella. You must be a young fella. If you don't know who Terrence Stamp is. Terrence Stamp, he's a English actor. He's a fantastic actor. He did one of the great roles, I mean, for anybody in all of geekdom, is he was General Zod in Superman, the original Superman movies. He's had numerous parts in all sorts of movies. One of my favorite ones that has him in it, he's not in the movie a lot, but the scenes he's in, they're fantastic, is Yes Man with Jim Carrey. He's hilarious in that, and, you know, yeah. He's just got one of those really distinct English accent. I'm drawing a blank as to what else. Yeah, 1982. Yeah, 1982. Just he's just one of those great actors. He's just one of those great English actors who's just been in everything, and, you know, yeah, he's just one of those guys. In fact, I would put him in that same category, like what Alec Guinness and, you know, Michael Caine, all those guys. You know what I mean? Like, right in that category. To give him science fiction wise, the Heart of Gold would be the fastest with its infinite probability drive. Would it be the fastest though? Because it doesn't really seem like it gets you to where you want to go, does it? It'll get you going there quickly, but does it get you where you want to go? Dark Commission. Paint markers and a quick tip might be interesting. Yes, and I have considered showing that. I just haven't gotten around to, you know, getting everything together for it. Aaron Siege. How do we know if Han isn't just full of shit and the 0.5 isn't just something wild exaggeration? He seems like he could have been a huge bullshit artist. Well, that too, yes. And that could be the salesman as well, right? I mean, because he is a scoundrel, and yeah, he could be putting him on. It could be the slowest. The Millennium Falcon might actually be the slowest ship in the universe. You know, like, yeah. I mean, you know, who knows? Because Han is full of shit. Where are we here? Full Metal Huggus agreed. Gim. The Heart of Gold could instantly bypass every point in the universe at the same time. Right. But would it get you where you want to go? Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Dark Commission, yeah. Old Man Logan wasn't the Chancellor in Star Wars. Yeah, he was the Chancellor in Episode 1. Yeah. Terrence Stamp was also the Chancellor in Episode 1. That's right. Very good. Very good, old man. You remembered. Zantelos Volkova. If you could choose any vehicle as your personal transport, fictional or otherwise, any vehicle you've ever heard of, what would you choose? As my personal transport? As my ship away from everything? It'd probably be the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon, man. That's the ship. Because, I mean, like, it's kind of like a space RV, right? It's you know, because, I mean, you can go fly around. It's really, really fast. It handles really awesome. You can go play games in the back. You go, you know, get a rest. You know, check your email or whatever, and, you know, just then come back and, you know, flying away, you know. Millennium Falcon. I mean, it's... When I'm imagining myself in little spaceships, I'm always flying the Millennium Falcon. I'm always flying it. Yeah. I mean, other than maybe the Enterprise. D. Put them right there. Hopefully it doesn't break. Anyway. Yeah. Or the Enterprise D. One of the two. But most likely the Millennium Falcon. Or the Enterprise. But the thing is, though, the Enterprise is like, there's so many people here, and you gotta have a crew, and you gotta get, you know, stuff to take care of, right? Whereas Millennium Falcon, like, you and Chewie can pretty much take care of it, right? By yourself could take care of it. Just, you know, it's gonna take a while to get it done, but, you know, yeah. You need a crew, though, you know. Evan Flo, Kris, the debate about Superman versus the Flash hasn't been appropriately settled, and now we're debating the speed of spaceships? Yes, that's right. We are. We're debating the speed of spaceships. Superman versus the Flash? You know, that all depends. That all depends on where they derive their power from, right? Because, I mean, like, I'm not an expert on DC Universe stuff, but, I mean, like, Superman, his power, he doesn't know how far he can go unless he pushes himself, right? Unless he pushes the boundaries. So how fast can he move? How strong is he? Like, how far can he see? How far can he jump? How far can he fly? You know what I mean? Like, these are all boundaries that he's constantly got to keep pushing, and he keeps going past them, right? Whereas the Flash, if he is he physically moving fast, or is it like he is entering another dimension and he's like, you know, he's traveling faster that way, or, you know what I mean? Like how is he traveling faster? Because, I mean, like, Superman seems like he's physically moving faster, whereas Flash, like, because, I mean, like, I watched, like, the movie, and, you know, he's always got the lightning and stuff like that coming around him, and, I mean, like, it seems like he's, like, in another dimension, and he's, like, you know, and he's going off, and he's doing other stuff, and, you know, whereas, you know, Superman, he just can physically move really fast, and so, and, I mean, like, the faster the Flash gets, the faster Superman goes, right? So, you know, is it a paradox? You know, paradox? No, maybe not a paradox. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a never ending cycle where basically he'll keep going faster because he'll keep going faster because he'll keep going faster because he keeps going faster, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Battlestar, yeah, Battlestar, Galactica. Oh yeah, that'd be another fun. But again, you need a big crew, you know. Whereas like the Millennium Falcon, you can just jump in that and take off, you know. Just turn the keys and off you go, you know. Whereas, like, you know, commanding the Galactica, yeah, that'd be awesome. And Galacticas, you know, if we're talking tough ships, they don't even have shields either, and they can take nukes. They can take direct hits from nukes. I mean, like, how tough has a ship got to be to survive direct nuke hits, you know? So, yeah, that's another ship. And they're not fast, but they can jump all over the galaxy, right? Because they got the hyperspace jump or whatever. So, yeah. Dark Commission. Next week we will discuss the sound of the universe and the stomach contents of wooden horses. Well, I would assume the stomach content is wood, no? Be wood. Stephen Henry. Flash is faster technically most of the time. Right. But like Superman, if they were constantly pushing against each other, because Superman is constantly gets stronger each time he pushes at the boundaries of his power. So would he get faster than the Flash, or would Flash constantly just keep getting faster? Like, is Flash infinitely fast? That's the question. I think these are really more of you can't apply physics because I mean physics like it just doesn't apply. I mean like we can argue physics and how fast things go, but I mean physics is already out the door. These things don't apply to fantasy. Full Metal Huggus. Superman can run at 0.5 past Flash speed. So he's always 0.5 faster than Flash. I can't argue with that. The math works out. The science checks out. Raziel, Kris, I'm currently working on a lot of Blood Angels, Standard Death Company, and Sanguinary Guard. Can you give me any advice for that army considering your experience on Samhan techniques? Working on that much red? I mean, doing it by hand. I mean, it's you want to prime in light gray. You don't ever want to prime black because you're just going to be fighting to build that red back up again. If you want a nice deep red, of course, Death Company. I mean, you're going to prime those black typically, but you end up fighting to build that red up again on the red X's and stuff like that. That's why I always prefer just a light gray, because you can always come at it with the black, and you can always come with the lights, the darks, what have you, right? It just doesn't matter. You don't have to fight. You don't have to fight with the color to bring it up to whatever value you want. But I mean, as far as that much red, I mean, it's red is red. Paint. I mean, like I don't really see any distinction in color as far as how it's applied. I know there's people out there who have trouble, with yellow and red and black and white. Those are predominantly the four colors that people have a lot of trouble painting. And it kind of scare people for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, so but I mean, as far as red's concerned, I mean, apply nice, smooth, even coats. If you have an airbrush, great. If you don't, that's fine. But I would, prime in a light gray. Get your hands on Mephiston red, and base coat Mephiston red. If you're gonna use a spray, I don't really like advising. But I mean, if this is for your army and you want to get a whole bunch of them done, get the spray. Just the sprays, it's just you always run the risk of over priming with sprays. That's why I don't really care for the color primers. But if this is just for army collection and just getting your army done, then get the spray, right? Spray them all red. And then, I mean, Blood Angels, I mean, for the regular troops, I mean, all you gotta do is worry about, blue for the Devastators, yellow for the Assaults, picking out the shoulder trim, slapping some decals on them. It's relatively straightforward. I'm not sure exactly what is, Raziel, what is exactly is freaking you out about the army. I mean, because, standard Blood Angels, as opposed to Death Company, you're going to be painting them differently. Sanguinary Guard, you're going to be using different techniques for them as well, because they all have the wings and everything like that, right? Or the gold bodies and stuff. And so, so there's different painting things are going on, which is kind of cool, because, it's not like, you're just painting, red across the board. At least you're getting some opportunities to break up and, do some different stuff there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I'm not exactly sure what exactly is scaring you about this, or, yeah. Oh. George Hints, Flash should be faster. Do Superman gets his power from the yellow sun, and fast power is from the Speed Force. Speed Force? So now we're back to the Force again? The Force? Well, because that's the problem, though. Because speed. If we're going to talk about it and try and logically create scenarios where who is faster, speed can only reach a certain point where he basically stops being matter and becomes pure energy. Now, is that what they're showing with the electricity around him? Is the fact that he can move so fast that he's basically moving as fast as electricity? In which case, he can only go the speed of light then, at that speed. There is going to be a speed limit to which he will go, which will be the speed of light. He can only travel that fast. But the question becomes, can Superman travel the speed of light? Or go beyond it? Can Superman go beyond the speed of light? That's the next question. George hints, the speed of a wooden horse depends on how Greek are trying to get inside of them. What? What? Raziel, Kris, all of your good advice, thanks. I do have experience with red and have airbrushes, etc. I already primed the red guy's red. No freak out, just curious about nuances from another perspective. Yeah, I mean, like as far as like the red's concerned, I mean, like I broke it down for most parts, for most things. It was, you know, like Mephiston red, Evil Sun scarlet, Wild Rider red, Fire Dragon bright. That was it. And then I throw like a red glaze on it. I take like blood letter and then just marry all those transitions together. Chevrons, transfers, boom, done. You know? So, yeah. I think really to get the most out of, you know, kind of the speed painting out of them is, you know, laying that base tone, getting it nice and smooth. I would do a recessed shade. I wouldn't do a full body shade. I would only do a recessed shade on the joints and stuff like that. You know, in Copper Crimson or even Agrax Earth shade, to pick out, you know, the corners, stuff like that. And I definitely would apply decals. But the thing is, though, is if you are relying on the spray can to get a majority of your color down. Now, I've not used those spray cans to lay the majority of the color down, but I don't know how well transfers will stick on top of that because those spray cans are supposed to act as a primer, and most primers have a texture to them, and transfers don't stick on top of primer. And so you would actually have to base coat them all anyway and get a nice smooth base coat on, because then you could slap your transfers on, right? So, right. There's also that to bear in mind. Jacopo Mangio? Mangio? I don't know. I'm butchering it. Greetings, Kris. Nice to be here once again. Yes, Jacopo. I'm pretty sure that's Jacopo, right? I think I'm saying that part right. Anyway. George, Logic left an hour ago. It did. It was gone. I don't think it ever was here, actually. Jacopo, my bet is on the Flash. Otherwise, the poor fella's got nothing. Yeah, right. What else is the Flash going to do, right? But I mean, traveling really fast is a very interesting power. I mean, like look at Quicksilver in X-Men, right? I mean, you know, he's pretty awesome. Ramsey, speaking of physics, rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. Yes, rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. I mean, you know, it's amazing the guy made it this far. Really, you know. Stephen Henry, painting question. Is there a quick tip on the color wheel? Yes. It's not a quick tip, though. It is, you'll have to go to the vault and type in Miniature Painting 101. Type that in, and then you will see a color wheel in there. And basically, it's an introduction to all things for beginner type concepts for miniature painting and this hobby, and just kind of getting into everything. It throws, you know, some terms out there, and you know, just to get everybody familiarized with it. It was created as an introduction for new people to this hobby. But yeah, if you type in Miniature Painting 101 into the search, and it should show up. Let me see. Mini Wargaming. Let's go Mini Wargaming. Mini Wargaming. Mini Wargaming. Okay, so search. So Miniature Painting 101. And yeah. Now, the first one it seems to take you is just one video, but you click that and it should give you the playlist of all of them. Yeah. If you click that one video, it'll give you the playlist of the whole thing. And there's like, I think 20 videos all on this stuff. It's all like here, hold on. Like color terminology, I think is the first video, and it's a color wheel. It's talking about the color wheel and everything. And I got like material terminologies, and module 1 is paint choices, acrylic mediums, brush anatomy, brush care, technique terminologies, workstation, lighting, working with plastic, working with metal, working with resin, gluing plastic, gluing metal, filling gaps, pinning, priming, degrease, brush selection, brush technique, color selection, ink or thin paint, shade or not, shade color choices, where and how to shade, how to highlight the basics, how to highlight zenithal, how to highlight ambient, how to highlight edge, where to highlight zenithal, where to highlight ambient, highlight color choice, layering, dry brushing, transfers, simple basing, complex basing, and varnish, spray versus brush. And that is the Miniature Painting 101 series. All that. So, there you go. Hopefully, that's helpful, I think. I don't know. Ronnie Sugden, I sent an email. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? I don't think I did, because the last one I got was from Old Man Logan at 12:30. Yeah. That was the last one I got. Zenetrus. Any new painting technique that you just tried, turned a corner, mastered, care to show off something you're excited by or proud of? Tough one. Honestly, no. I mean, the latest thing I did, which I had the concept for, was because I'm currently working on Marathi for the quick tip videos, and I want, and anybody who's familiar with the model, her on foot version, her wings are hollow. But I wanted to have them so that they're kind of like just blood, like just drenching, just raining blood kind of thing, right? So I did this to her wings. I filled them in. But the fun part is, and if anybody who's following me on Instagram has already seen this particular type of effect, but I thought this was kind of fun. And so I take her, let's move over here. I take her wings, okay? Got my light on my cell phone here. But see, the light passes through her wings. See? So it's kind of hard to do this. Now, initially, I was thinking of doing it more like more like blood just kind of raining down kind of thing, but that wasn't the case. So, but yeah, that's Marathi. And then right now I'm working on her her snake version. So, yeah. But that's about it. I mean, other than, you know, yeah, like as far as like technique or anything like that, no, I don't think so. I don't, you know. Yeah. Where am I? Ronnie Sugden, he said he sent it Monday. Sent it Monday? Sent it Monday. What was Monday? Oh, Ronnie Sugden, yeah. Pictures of your Stormcast army. Yeah, I got it. I got it. We just haven't gotten there yet. We probably should giggle. Holy man, we got 19 minutes left of the show. Jacopo, Kris, for your Morathi's wings, I recall a dude on the heavy metal team using a hair to let blood drop from Harry the Hammer's helmet. Yeah. Yeah, I considered using fishing line, getting a fine fishing line. I did it for Rodriguez. he's crushing one of his Nurglings, and I got like spouts of like Nurgling pus coming flying out of him, and it's the same thing. And I was thinking of doing a similar effect with that, but I thought, no, I already showed that, and so I wanted to do something different for her wings, and also it throws more red onto the model, which I actually like. And also too, how the light just plays through the wings, just the ambient light. Let's see here. Yeah, see how the light is playing right through her wings like that? Isn't that just fun? That's fun. Anyway, it was something different, thought of, be kind of fun, and so I gave it a try, and it worked. So, yeah, I guess to answer your question, that's pretty much the latest thing that I was... Ooh, that worked, thankfully. Yeah, he glued a single hair and let the red paint drop down. Yeah. Not sure what the heck we were talking about there. Anyway, let's do... I suppose let's do an email. Let me put this model back here. Back onto the shelf of happiness. The shelf of happiness, if you've never visited my office, this is my shelf of my army. And in front of me, where the camera can't quite see. Actually, wait, let's see. Let's have a bit of fun here, people. Get ready, because it's going to get kind of jarring. This is, for anybody who's not seen my office, this is the shelf of happiness. And of course there is all my completed projects of late. Of course, you can see I got my collection of DVDs that I've produced over the years. My Star Wars stuff. And of course I have Bob Ross. I got Porgs, BB-8, Star Wars, Star Trooper. These are the droids I'm looking for. So, yeah. So hopefully that was a bit of a brief insight into my office space. Sorry, try and correct up my camera angle here. There we go. Good enough. I think that's good enough. All right. So, email. Let's do email. Headphones. Turn them down. Turn them up. Whatever it is. However you get your kicks. Here it comes. Email time. Email time. This one is from our good buddy Eldari Lamborghini, aka Zach. Oh, hail the Lord of Monkeys. I finally finished up my Striking Scorpions in time for Adepticon. I may have gone a little overboard with the blood for the blood god, but I figured it would fit the theme nicely. I went for a darker color scheme than what GW does, inspired from a few of your quick tips. Any feedback is always appreciated. I'll be seeing you at the con. Cheers, Zach, aka Eldari Lamborghini. And so let's have a look at his Eldar. Striking Scorpions. Is it Striking? Yeah, Striking Scorpions. Boom. Let's go boom. Boom. Look at that. Oh, the blood's in the hair and everything like that. Oh, wow. I thought it was like just like in whoop, jeez, almost killed my Millennium Falcon. Whoops. I thought it was just on the sword. But you got it everywhere. You're right, you did go a little crazy. It's in the hair, man. It's in my hair. It's on the chest. Actually, it's not that bad. From this distance, though, it almost throws a bit of a pink cast. Because like how white and kind of bone that is, and then the blood. Nice work on this on them. I like the look of the guns. That's kind of cool. Very cool. Yeah, the blood's not that excessive. And how'd you apply it? Did you just like sponge it on, or did you like use the toothbrush method? Oh, I can't speak anymore. Toothbrush method, or like what? How'd you apply it? Are you here, Eldari? I don't even know if you're here. But anyway, yeah, I like them. Look good. I don't think the blood's too excessive. Because you don't even have blood on the base. And like, wouldn't there be blood on the base to be really excessive? Do you want to be retarded? So, thank you, Eldari, for that. Awesome stuff. And, you know, keeping us posted. And of course, yes, I will see you at Adepticon. Be a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments here. No, okay, let's do another email. This one is from Dave Turner. Hi, Kris. Attached is my current work in progress. It's an old metal Orion from Warhammer. Once finished, he will be placed in a diorama clashing with some beastmen. I still have a weapon and a base to finish off. I have a couple of questions. Firstly, the layering on his skin looks okay on the model, but when I have taken the photos, it now shows up as quite big steps through the colors. To cure this, would I just recommend more layers with closer mixed ratios of paint, or any other tips on improving the model overall? Secondly, the Beastmen, I have primed them black with a zenithal highlight in white. To now paint these, can I use normal Citadel Vallejo paints thin with flow improver, or would it be better with inks? And which would you recommend if so? Finally, I have attached a photo of a couple of the first models I ever painted. I was probably 10 when I did these. I think I stood across the other side of the room and applied the paint with a catapult. Thanks again, Disco Duke. Oh, Disco Duke. Oh, that's who this is. Disco Duke. Cool. Okay. So, I mean, without even looking at the model, if his first issue is he's seeing the steps in the color gradients that he's creating, two things you can go about doing to fixing that. One is learn to wet blend, and that way you can create the blends seamlessly on the model itself, either by using retardants or not. But if you're looking to correct what has already happened here, then I would recommend glazing, and that's probably your next bet. So here's his Orion. Love the colors, love the skin tones. Looks really good. So yeah, when you come in close and you can see his highlighting. Now, seeing the highlighting, honestly, is not bad. I mean, as I've gotten older and I've looked at, miniatures and stuff like that, and, I just see how much airbrushing is so prevalent out there that everybody's paint jobs kind of looks the same. It's kind of refreshing when I can see the brushstrokes of a particular artist in their work. And so I actually have become very, very fond of being able to see the brushstrokes on the model, because that tells me that, the person spent the time to build up these colors in these areas intentionally, rather than letting an airbrush build them up for him. So, now, to smooth these highlights over, yeah, you could glaze these if you were looking to fix this a bit. So say, for example, not quite the brightest tone, but that tone that's just like that second last highlight, you thin that down to a glaze. You could use water, but I prefer to use thinning mediums. And then you just push, if you're familiar with glazing, well then you just push the color where you want the color to build up. So you hit this entire pectoral muscle, but you finish the brush stroke off close to where you want the highlights to build up. So like you do it on the face here and the cheeks. So then you push the color, you start at like the chin, and you finish up at the high point of the cheekbone, and you allow the color to build up. You start at the nose, and you finish at the tip of the nose where you want the color to build up. The forehead, you start at the brow, push upwards to finish at the high point. You know what I mean? Like you finish where you want the color to build, and you slowly build the colors up that way. And through glazing, you could smooth out those transitions, because then essentially you're doing the same thing. Glazing essentially is layering. You're just applying many, many, many more layers. Now, you're never going to get rid of all these little steps. You're still going to see steps. But to the eye, it'll be seamless. To the camera, you'll still see them. But as far as, like, say, if you're going, like, taking it to competition type levels, that's fine. As long as you kept a really nice tight gradient on it, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think the notion nowadays is that people are, you know, favoring seeing the brush strokes because we're seeing the artist's actual abilities rather than, you know, just airbrush stuff. Not saying airbrushing is bad. Just, you know, everybody's style just seems to look the same, whereas, you know, it comes down to people's color choices and such. But anyway, yeah, so you can fix that, and I would recommend glazing. If you were to start this guy over, then I would recommend wet blending, and that'll give you better color gradients. Like even the cloak here, you can pretty much wet blend this entire guy. But nice and clean. I like your combination of layering and dry brushing. I like that you finished off with a little bit of dry brushing. Here's some of his old models he did. You know what? These aren't bad. This little bottom guy, he's nice and clean. I mean, colors looks like it's where it should be for the most part, right? Yeah. He's a little heavy. Ooh, man, his face is gone. Yeah. It's a little heavy. A little heavy with the color. But that's okay. You're a young fella. Awesome stuff, though. Thanks for sending that in. That's just fantastic. And, you know, send more pics of your Orion diorama. Very, very cool. Where are we in the comments? Jacopo Mangio? What's your favorite metal Warhammer model? Favorite metal Warhammer model? Probably Green Knight for Bretonnians, or the last version of Leoncoeur for Bretonnians. Oh, Archon on horseback. That was just a great model. Yeah, that's probably it. Steve McDemon, I love that style. Like painting on canvas. Love the blues tone. Yeah, really nice. Ramvi, Kris, I had no idea who you, or sometimes Quirk, referring to. When I googled Bob Ross, I laughed hard. I think you and Quirk nailed the imitation of him, and I was totally fascinated of his work. Oh yeah, Bob Ross, don't, yeah, I mean, Bob Ross, as far as, you know, great artists are concerned, he most likely will not go down as one of the great artists of the 20th century. And I mean, for the most part, I mean, his art was rather generic, right? It wasn't challenging. His art wasn't challenging. Art should challenge. Art should challenge, you know, your own personal notions and stuff like that. And so, you know, it should engage you, you know, and at least really, you know, provocative art and the really memorable stuff. That's the stuff that, you know, people fired up and talking about it, right? But doing like landscapes and stuff like that, as wonderful as they were, you know, they're not, you know, they weren't controversial, other than the man himself, who became the art, you know. And but I mean, you know, I like, as far as like great artists of the 20th century, like, you know, he really didn't innovate anything other than teaching people and passing on his shorthand technique to oil painting and wet on wet techniques. Was he a great artist? Sure, he's a great artist. But is he going to go down in history as like one of the greats? I don't think so. But, you know, oh Like, is he like, okay, for anybody out there, like, is he at the same, is Bob Ross at the same level as Picasso? Okay, is he at the same level as Picasso? Because if you think he's at the same level as Picasso, I'm afraid you probably don't really know art then. Dark Commission at Kris. Loved your demo on cobwebs last week. Is there some way of making cobwebs that are permanent? Those cobwebs are permanent. Here, let me show you here. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. Okay. Yeah, look at it. That was last week. And this model has sat undisturbed. And look at that. He is cobwebbed up. Now I cleared off some of his leg and some of his arm. That's why you can see the color more brightly. But like you look on other areas, and like, you know, between the shotgun and everything like that. Look at his face, you know. Like, he is cobwebbed. So that was a week. That was a week. And it's still solid. Now, if I touch it, will I break it? Yep. But yeah, that was the cobweb. And so, oh, wrong computer. Oop, wrong computer. Oop, wrong computer. So yeah, there we go. There we go. So yeah, cobwebs, a lot of fun. I'll be incorporating cobwebs on my final piece. For anybody, let me see here. There's my final piece right there. Going to crystal brush. That's all you guys are gonna get to look at right now. Not till I'll post some pictures. Or maybe I'll throw some sneak peek kind of pictures. I don't know. Yakubu, you just gave me an awesome conversion idea. Zakuba diving orcs? Scuba diving orcs? Okay. I didn't come up with that idea. Somebody else must have threw that idea at you. What time are we at here? Holy crap, we're 1 minute to 2. We are done. And I didn't get to Ronnie Sugden's email. Let's do Ronnie Sugden's email. Let's do some headphones. Headphones! Turn them down or up, whichever it is, because here it comes. Email time. Email time. And of course, we always thank Guy Meir Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl, for those wonderful jingles that make us smile every time and, you know, giggle like little schoolgirls inside. Oh crap, I'm showing Ronnie's email. There we go. Okay. So, here's Ronnie's email. Hey Kris, been a long time since I sent an email, but fear not. I have been busy. I am working on my Kingdom Death monster kit and loving that. I've included some pictures of that for your viewing pleasure. I've also signed up for an Age of Sigmar league in my area. I decided at the start of the new army, Stormcast Eternals. I'm working on Scale 75 Emerald Alchemy for the armor, and whitewashing with Reikland Fleshshade for the secondary color. I'll have to put those in a second email. Take a look, and you and the monkeys can discuss. Sincerely, Ronnie. That's how I imagined him writing the email. Hi, Kris. Been a long time since I sent an email, but fear not. I have been busy. Oh, man. Okay, so let's have a look at Ronnie's models that he's been working on. Oh, some Kingdom Death stuff. Now, I like me some Kingdom Death. I know there's some people out there who are not crazy about it. And there's some people out there who are not aware of it, and some people who could care less. And I'm one of those people who really likes these models. I have 2 projects actually on the go for Kingdom Death that, you know, who knows when I'll finish them. But, you know, yeah. Lion, I like it. Looks good, nice and clean. Very cool. This sculpts are just so darn cool. Flag. There we go. Some dude walking in his bathrobe with a lantern. Nice. Is she holding a fish? Oh no, she's holding a face mask. Oh, mold lines. Mold lines! Ronnie, mold lines. Very nice. Well, he said he's trying to get these painted up for the game, right? So he's painting these up as game pieces. So he's not, you know, they're not, you know, display standard or anything like that, right? Oh, look at this thing. This thing's freaky. Oh man. Oh man, I'm gonna have nightmares now. Oh, it's like a row of teeth in his guts. That's freaky. That is some freaky deaky stuff, man. Now, how come these guys get closed? How come they get closed? And the other guy, I guess when you follow the goat, you get closed, and when you don't follow the goat, you get to run around bare ass, I guess. Now, are these plastic or are these PVC? Which is still plastic, but I mean, or are these resin? I think these were plastic, weren't they? Aren't these like a styrene plastic? Something like that. Oh, is that it? Oh, that can't be it. Come on, Ronnie. Ronnie. No, that was it. Ronnie. Anyway. Thank you, Ronnie, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. I like the models. Looks very cool. Looking forward to your next email. And hopefully you get that project done in time to play a game. And, you know, get your goats happening. I'm going to be doing that all day now. Anyway. Steve McDemon, like Hannibal Lecter, eat some people, help solve a crime, all good. What? Old Man Logan, is Kris trying to portray Ronnie as a serial killer? When I was reading the email. Yeah, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It was just, that was the voice that immediately popped into my head. It was just, hi. Writing you an email again. But thank you, Ronnie, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Awesome. Look forward to more. And, you know, yeah. Ramsey, the goat is creepy. It is a little creepy. What time are we at here? Holy man, it's 5 after 2. We're all done. We're all done. Way the brush is done. There's nothing else here we can do. I mean, we keep sending those emails. I mean, I'm only since the 14th. The 14th was my last email, or will be the first email in the next show. But there won't be a show next week. But keep the emails coming. But there'll be no show next week because I'll be at Adepticon. Unless, of course, you're coming to Adepticon, or unless, of course, you're attending, you know, Thingamabobber and the quick tip painting demo, in which case, you know, we'll see each other. And of course, you know, I'm sure we'll all be seeing each other at the convention anyway. Be hanging out. And of course, we're also doing the Way the Brush battle, Gather and Battle. What is that, the 23rd we're doing that? What day is that? Adam? Matthew? I don't know why I said that. Matthew. What time's our gathering, Matthew? Oh, Facebook's going so slow. On the 23rd. On the 23rd, we are doing a Way the Brush meetup and battle. We'll be doing that on the Friday. March 23rd. On the Friday? I thought it was a Thursday we were doing that. Almost on the Friday. Oops. Okay. That changes some of my plans a little bit. But it's Friday. Okay, great. It's Friday. Awesome. Friday. Boom. Friday. Awesome. Friday. Okay. Right. So, Friday night, Adepticon. We're going to do a bring and battle. We're all going to be sitting around playing some 40K and, you know, having some laughs, as it were. Some lulls. Having some lulls. And, you know, having a good time. That's what Adepticon's all about, right? Yeah, 23rd. Now, I don't know. I mean, we're not going to be playing right till 6 a.m. for God's sakes, are we, Matt? Really? Come on. Come on. Although last time you and I played, we were playing till damn near 4, so, yeah. And that was a late night, too. Oof. I think I woke up late, too. I think I got crap from Matt the next day because I was late. Everybody was asking, like, where I was. I was like, oh, I was up late. I'm sorry. Yeah. But that's okay, because this year we got much more better schedule. We're not kind of freelancing and doing crazy crap. We got like a schedule we're going to try and stick to when we do this Adepticon thing this year. Every year we want to get a little bit better at doing these kind of cons and, you know, making the most of these kind of things. And yeah. Full Metal Hug is no live stream from Adepticon? No live stream from Adepticon. I don't think so. I wouldn't bet on it. I mean, I could just simply turn my phone on and like just record a, you know, Way of the Brush from there. But the internet at that hotel is going to be garbo. It's going to be garbo, man. The hotel is going to be garbo. Matthew, Kris, remember to bring your Jaeger. Bringing the Jaeger. Bringing the Jaeger? Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. I've been trying not to, like, do this whole show like Morty from Rick and Morty. Rick. Or just kind of burn every time I talk. Facebook Live? Yeah, but either way, still the connection speed is still garbage there. It's the connection speed. That's what the problem is. It's not technology like what we bring. It's you know, it's the upload speed. It's the transmit speed is going to be crap at that because everybody's phones, all this, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be garbage. It'd be nice, but it'd be garbage. Aaron, is Mini Wargaming having a booth this year? Yes, we are. I did not see them listed in the vendor area. No, we're not in the vendor area. We're actually outside with Ken from Badger. We're outside that area. Where Badger's always situated, right at the corner. We're adjacent to that space. So, yeah, we're right in the hub of traffic. We're at the intersection of traffic. Aaron, yeah, the internet at the convention center sucks. Yeah, the internet sucks. It's garbage. It's not too bad. No, it's bad. It's bad, dude. It's bad. Ramby, Yormir Jaeger? Yeah, no, it's Jägermeister. It's not booth 911. It's booth 911. It's booth 911. You kids and your numbers. All right, I think we're done because I really don't feel like getting into another email. And too soon, buddy? Yeah, too soon. I know everybody's like 9/11. Like, what the F? I know, that's like Matthew's got an odd sense of humor. He thinks he's being funny, but he's not. But right now he's probably just laughing hysterically at his computer, but he's not. Yeah, the booth is 911. 911. Not 9/11. Kind of small difference. Anywho, if you are brand new to the hobby or you want some help on a color scheme, you're a commission painting service, you want to draw some extra exposure, or you just want to share and show off what you're working on, send it to Kris@miniwargaming.com. Of course, you can always go to wayofthebrush.com and, you know, get all the social media links there. Of course, you can always go to the Facebook. You can always go to the Facebook page and post there. And of course, you can always join us on Discord, and we have a space in the Discord channel as well for showing off your work and everything like that, and getting input. And really, you should be just joining us on Discord, because Discord's just a lot of fun. I mean, join us on Facebook too. I mean, Facebook, I post updates there as well. But otherwise, Discord really is kind of the place where we all hang out, and we talk and share and laugh, and it's all about love and sharing. It's picture Woodstock, but with painting. No Jimi Hendrix, no LSD, just painting. Well, maybe and some crass jokes. Maybe some really rude kind of jokes. But otherwise, So, yeah, so join us. Kris, so send questions, email. If you're sending pictures, send them as attachments in the email. Don't send it to links to Flickr or PhotoBucket or anything like that, because I won't open it on the show. Mainly because they've got advertisements and stuff like that, and you never know what is going to pop up from those advertisements. And so Facebook, Discord, Twitter, Instagram. T-shirts. Way the Brush t-shirts. Oh, I'm wearing an Adepticon shirt today, but usually I have my Way the Brush shirt on. And of course, those always help the cause. And of course, patrons. Holy moly, my patrons. Guys have been so super helpful. And they're really the ones that have been really kind of making me move forward on a lot of projects lately. Because I've wanted to, thank them for their support, and also really kind of build Way the Brush up to the level which I'm really be kind of proud of it, and of course help from people like Guymere Alfer for donating the time to write those jingles for the email segments and stuff like that. It all adds up, and I'm really grateful for it all, and I'm happy for it, and it's just it's when everybody's sharing the love of the hobby and the passion, that's when really great things can happen. And I think this is kind of proof of that at times, that when we really get behind something, that we can really make something great. And a lot of times it feels like we are making something great, and I want to thank my patrons for that, and of course everybody else as well, because they all like, comment, subscribe, and share the videos, and even if they're not throwing monetary value my way or anything like that, that's fine. I mean, watching the videos and linking and sharing and commenting and all that it's all very helpful. It's all awesome. It's all great. T-shirts, of course, is another way. Way the Brush t-shirts. It's in the waythebrush.com. You can just click on the shirts. And of course, the Monkey Shrine. Anybody who's purchased shirts, please send me a picture of yourself in your shirt so I can add it to the Monkey Shrine, because I want to have the Monkey Shrine just full of people and just everybody happy and looking awesome. And yeah, so was that it? I think that was it, wasn't it? Yakapu. No LSD. No, there's no LSD. Believe it or not, there's no LSD on this show. I know. Matthew, can we do LSD at Adepticon? No, you can't. Well, no, you can't do LSD. Well, no, you better. Well, no, you better not. I mean, no, better. Kooky, gotta wait 2 weeks for my email to be shown? Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Yeah, because you just sent it today. You just sent it at after 12 today. So, but I see it. I've got your email, Kooky. I've got it. Kooky, Kooky, like Cookie Monster. Is that how I say it? Cookie or Kooky? Either way. Aaron Seach, group photo for Adepticon for the Shrine. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. Excellent idea. Way to think inside the box, Aaron. Awesome. I didn't even think of that, and that was an awesome idea. Yes. Definitely. A whole group shot of us for the Monkey Shrine, for Adepticon, for our big game Friday night. That's an excellent idea, Aaron. Excellent. Aaron Seach, 40K on acid? Bad idea. Yeah, you don't know. I know. I mean, I've tried to play 40K, drunk, and we never get past, the second turn. Like, it's LSD. You'll be under the table eating your dice. I mean, what fun is that? Unless, of course, I'm filming it. And we are bringing cameras with us, so we will be filming things. How you pronounce it? How I pronounce it? Yeah, Cookie? Cookie? Okay. Cookie. Like a cookie? That's a kooky cat. Cookie. He's kooky or cookie? Or cookie? Cookie or cookie? I think something broke. I'm done. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. And I will see you guys. Oh, I'll see you guys after Adepticon. But I'll see some of you guys at Adepticon. And don't be shy about coming up and shaking hands and saying, hey, Kris, you know, watch Way of the Brush in case. And, of course, if you're wearing Way of the Brush t-shirts when I meet you at Adepticon, all the better. All the better because, you know, you'll just be the coolest people I know. Probably the coolest people around. Matthew, film the game? I don't know if we can film the game, dude. Maybe we can try and film some highlights from it, but I don't think we'll film the whole game. Maybe. Who knows? Guess it really all depends on how well it's organized. How well our GM is. Old man, I'm not playing, so I may or may not be drunk. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Take care of brushes. I already said that. Take care of your brushes. Yeah, take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. Wayofthebrush.com. Patrons. Love my patrons. Alright, check you guys later.